Well, ladies and gentlemen, it is go time. My name is Todd Grisham. Next to me is Johnny Nelson.
You tried to give me the slip, didn't you, my friend? There was no way I was going to miss this.
Up first, it's Ryan King Rye Garcia. They also call him Flash, fighting out of Los Angeles, California, some of the fastest hands in all of boxing. The takeover, Teofimo Lopez, the National Gold Gloves champion in 2015, and at 23 years old, became the youngest undisputed champion of the four-belt era.
This is going to be an intense stare before the fight starts.
This bout is scheduled for 8 rounds of boxing. In the red corner, from Victorville, California, here is the exciting boxing sensation, King Ryan Garcia. Fighting out of the blue corner, from Brooklyn, New York, in the United States, an electrifying 2-division champion of the world, known as the Takeover, Teofimo Lopez.
And this one has all of those big fight feels you want from a prize fight. Here we go.
You couldn't buy a seat in this place. You'd be very lucky if you're ringside, but you know what? Watch it from home, you've got everything on the plate.
No doubt about it, this was the hottest ticket in town by a country mile. Every seat has been sold. We waited a long time, and now we've got this fight. Oh, and he caught him with an uppercut. Nice right jab. All the talking has been done. It's time to start doing the walking.
Can you imagine walking into this town, walking into an arena with such noise, people chanting your name? You can't even hear your corner man whisper in your ear. I've been in situations like that where it can be terrorizing if you haven't got your wits about you.
Every time he throws a punch, a receipt is coming right back. Got out of the way of that right hook. Good idea, but misses with the left hook. Insane action. This fighter's completely content to sit back and let you make the first move. That's where they thrive.
Todd, I understand what you're saying, but you've got to be on this. You've got to be on it. You've got to be a pro. You've got to think light, concentrate.
And we'll go back and forth between these two fighters.
Skill for skill, tap for tap, just like a match made in heaven.
Big swing and a miss with the hook. One punch could change anything when these two step in the ring. That counter punch caught him clean. Beautiful counter shot. Swing and a miss with that jab. They're both going for the KO. It's so obvious. Nice counter shot. You'd like to see someone use a jab here to establish a boxing presence, but no, they just want to fight. This round's still up for grabs with just 10 seconds to go. Let's talk about Garcia in that last round. I promise you, all three judges here are going to...
Don't give him no feet.
Here we go. It's round 2. Coming off that fantastic last round, let's see if he can keep his momentum going.
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won that hands down.
Counterfighter relies a lot on their instincts and reaction time. You've got to get in there quick to punch your opponent before he gets his fist back to block.
Reaction is second.
Whoa, Johnny, take a look at this action. Right now, the Flash is seeing flashes after that shot. And now they're right back into the fray.
Defense, defense, defense is everything because they got shot once, they know they can get caught again. So for now, just defense, work on defense, blocking and stopping and shooting.
Good counter punching. Walk away from each other and then run right back into trouble. Straight right just misses. Every time they throw a shot, they get countered. Has to be careful for that receipt. It's always coming. Counter shot, and the kid goes down. Everything looks better in slow motion. Let's take another look.
I need to see that again.
It's going to take more than that to keep this fighter down.
Some fighters, when this happens, this can be heartbreaking. Some fighters, it makes them angry. They want to get back into the mix again. I want to know, what sort of character are we looking at here?
Has to be careful for that receipt. It's always coming. 10 seconds to go, and what domination we've seen in this round. Let's talk about Garcia in that last round. What a huge... There's the bell to start round 3. He got knocked down in the last round. Let's see what he can do here.
What a knockdown. 1 minute, you need 1 hour to get over a shot like that. Now it's down to conditioning. Now it's down to mental strength and preparation. It's how you are going to deal with this.
A perfect counter shot. Got out of the way of that right hook. Defense is not an option for these two. And he wasn't ready for that counter punch. Big shot, and down goes Garcia. One punch did the trick. Let's see it again in slow motion.
Where did that come from? What a shot. One, two, three, four, five, six.
So they'll make it up, and this fight continues.
He's up, but for how long? Look at that. On the heels, look at, there's nothing there. There's no defense. The eyes are glazed. It just takes one more clear shot. A clean one. And he's out of there.
Looks like he's leading halfway through this round.
The corners must be so happy. Down to a T, played the plan out to a...
Whoa, Johnny! And the takeover's in some big trouble now. Trying to buy time. It appears that the moment of trouble has passed, at least for... Whoa, wait a minute! Oh, and it's flashing lights for the flash here. He's got to get out of trouble. They've avoided catastrophe there.
What recovery skills they are. What a shot it was. Completely done. I thought there's no way he's going to finish this round. But look at that. Look at the movement. Look at the speed. Back on it. Like it never happened.
And he wasn't ready for that counter punch. And he wasn't ready for that. Teofimo Lopez goes down. How about that impact? Let's see that again in slow motion.
That's lights out right there.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Very close round with 10 seconds to go. Knocked down. There's the bell for round 4. We had not one, but 2 knockdowns in the previous round as both of these fighters went to the canvas.
I've seen that twice before. Both fighters knocked down in the same round. And you think, who's going to go back as confident? Who's going to come out as confident? Both fighters went back on unsteady legs. How is this going to unfold?
The only fear you have with this lightweight is, has he punched himself out? In the build-up to this fight, Johnny, this power puncher told us, listen, I don't care if it's round 1 or round 12, I've got enough power and confidence to end this in one shot.
They know the second they touch you, it's done. They're that powerful.
Every time they throw a shot, they get countered. Hold that thought! Are we about to see Ryan Garcia go to the canvas? And finally, couldn't take anymore. And down goes Garcia. We need to see that again. Some amazing boxing right there.
You're right, Coach. What a shot.
One, two, three, 4, 5, 6, 7, you continue.
The referee deems they can continue, but this might be a big mistake.
The corner need to think nice and sharp. They know their fight. They know what their fight is capable of doing and what their fight can and cannot take. This is going to be a tough decision to make.
Halfway through the round, and I think we all know who's winning here.
No doubt at all. You can see who's winning. You can see who's got it in hand. You can see who's comfortable. Or it's a bit of a mousetrap.
Missing with the hook. Endurance is becoming a factor. You can see this fighter having a hard time getting out of the way of the punches, and they're not throwing as many on their own.
Now you've got two fighters that are absolutely shattered. What gets you through?
Hold on a second, Johnny. Did you see that? Oh, and it's flashing lights for the flash here. He's got to get out of trouble. Disaster averted, it seems. We continue on.
Bean Days now needs to steady the pace. Get the pace back to normal.
And Lopez is dazed. Garcia in that last round. Let's see how the game plan changes after that big knock. On to the fifth we go. They really got banged up last round. What can they do here to change the momentum?
That knockdown we just saw was a heavy knockdown. I'd be very...
Whoa, hold on a second, Johnny. Right now, the Flash is seeing flashes after that shot. Disaster averted.
It's been a tough round so far. It's been a tough round. What do they do? What do they tell him when he goes back to the corner? How are they going to get through this?
That counter shot lands. Throwing the hook, but it doesn't score. The stamina is off the charts. Throwing the hook, but it doesn't score. Those counter punches have to hurt. Stamina is so important for these two fighters because it allows them to use their skills throughout the match. It can all come down to who's in better shape.
Now this is about desire. This is about character. This is about want.
Left hook just missed. Halfway through the round, and there's not a lot separating these two.
Perfectly matched. Skill for skill. Tap for tap. Now this fight will say, you know what, I'm just that notch above you, and so I've got to respect both of them. More than happy.
Not sure if I'd be taunting right now. Good counter punching. Stamina is off the charts. How nervous would you get when you know you're facing a big puncher like this that can seriously hurt you?
It's the one who draws first blood, Todd. That's what you've got to look at. If you're there and you know you're in there with a banger, you've got to be on it, but you've got to be confident.
Nice counter punch right up the middle. Nice defense, avoiding the right uppercut. Every time they throw a shot, they get countered. Despite what the judges' scorecards read, there are no losers in this one. Let's talk about Teofimo Lopez in that last round. Stamina is always in. There's the bell to start round 6. Not sure these two fighters can keep up the pace we saw last round, but you know they're going to try.
An amazing pace and tempo set in the last round. Can you keep this up? Me, personally, I don't think that's possible. And if they can, their training, their conditioning would have been ridiculous, like they're in the army. But these guys, if they can keep up this pace, we are in for a great night.
Might want to think of holding on here for a minute. We both know who the bigger power puncher is. There's a significant power difference. How would you handle that?
I've seen certain fighters that can depend on just their power alone. Forget tactics. They know the second they touch you, it's done. That's where the confidence comes from.
Only catching air with that hook. Nice counter. You can see the heavy breathing, but that's not slowing him down. The jab doesn't quite connect. Halfway through the round, and it's pretty much even Steven.
They're so close, so close. How can you separate them? It's going to be a hard night tonight for the judges.
Here we go with the lightweights. Get ready to see some blazing hand speed and fancy footwork.
Work the body, frustrate them, take the mind off the chin, take the mind off protecting everything around that. Work the body, use tactics. Sometimes it's all right to actually outbox a fight and beat them on points.
Every time he throws a punch, a receipt is coming right back. It's all offense all the time. They block the left there. What heart, what desire, but at what cost? Well done with that counter shot. You know the scorecards are going to be all over the place in this one. Let's talk about Teofimo Lopez that last round. I'm worried about these two fighters gassing out as this fight goes on.
There's a lot on the line here.
Good work. Don't forget the jab and don't get carried away.
There's the bell to start round 7. How much is left in their tank after last round?
Exerted a lot of energy in the fight so far. Now they're shattered. This is what you call championship rounds. If you have done the work, slept right, ate right, prepped right, I'm expecting you to get through this. If not, if you cheated, the ring can be the loneliest place in the world.
Well, you know, in this division, you got to have speed and you got to have footwork, or you're going to be a cooked goose.
You've got to be courageous when you get in there with someone that's bigger.
And the kid goes down! I don't think we can truly appreciate what we saw unless we see it in slow motion.
Even I've got to see that again. Where did that come from?
One, two, three, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. You're out.
So time to go celebrate after a knockout win here.
What a shot! What a shot! You see shots like that in the gym. At least for once, this is on TV. Thousands around the world saw that shot. They probably even heard it.